Redo You, the podcast that teaches you tools and strategies so you can build the confidence to rediscover and reinvent yourself. With me, Emma Hull, your favorite life coach. Each week, I'll introduce a concept that you can implement right away so you can live your most authentic life. Let's get started. Hi, beautiful. Welcome back to the Redo You podcast. This week, I wanted to touch on overwhelm. It's something that I've spoken about before, and I'm confident I'll speak about again because overwhelm is so real and prevalent. And it's something that can show up in different areas of our life. And life coaching is not a one and done thing. It's really all about constantly assessing and reviewing and learning and growing. So, overwhelm. If you are feeling overwhelmed, firstly, know that it is completely okay. It's normal. Give yourself kindness and compassion and stop beating yourself up for being overwhelmed because you're only making it worse. But you already knew that, right? And the best way to deal with overwhelm is to break things down into smaller chunks. We get into overwhelm because we're trying to fix everything right now, and that's just not possible. Whereas when you break things down into small, manageable chunks, then it becomes possible. I think about back, gosh, almost 5 years ago now, when I moved into my apartment and I was feeling incredibly overwhelmed, surrounded by all these boxes and not knowing where to start, going from one room to the other. And a dear friend of mine gave me the advice to start in one corner and work your way out. And that really helped to focus myself, to just look in that one space, not be going from room to room, getting distracted. One of my clients this morning actually she was sharing she's just moved and she had all of her suitcases open and was feeling very overwhelmed as she was trying to put her clothes away. And her mom came in and closed all but one of the suitcases and told her just do one at a time. And she said instantly, like she felt she had more space when she had closed those other suitcases. So think about whatever is overwhelming you. How can you close those suitcases and just deal with one at a time? Maybe you have a huge work project going on. You've got a report that you need to get out. Don't think about the whole report. Break it down into sections. Undoubtedly, there are sections that it needs to go into, and do those one at a time and deal with each of those completely separately. Give yourself that to-do list of, okay, I'm going to start out by doing the financial reports, and then I'm going to talk about our marketing activities, doing one thing at a time and taking the time after you've accomplished one of those steps, after you've unpacked one of those suitcases, to celebrate yourself, give yourself a moment, whether that's just taking some deep breaths for a minute, having a cup of tea, maybe going outside for a walk for 5 minutes, doing something to recognize your achievement and reset, and then on to the next thing. No matter what it is that you're feeling overwhelmed about, breaking it down is absolutely key. This also works with relationships. Sometimes we'll get into a bit of a spiral and have what feels like a million things that we need to share with our partner right now. If you actually step back, make a list of all of the things that you would like to talk about, and then think about, oh, how many of these are actually necessary? How many can be resolved? And then what are the real priorities? And just break them down, because your partner is going to feel overwhelmed if you come at them with a whole bunch of things, right? This actually happened to me with a partner earlier this week. I was like, I have a whole bunch of time-sensitive things I need to talk to you about. And then it turned out that it was actually only one of them was time sensitive. Another one I figured out and didn't actually need their input in at all. And another one really wasn't that time sensitive at all. And we have a couple of weeks to deal with it. So Your beautiful brain, such a wonderful thing, can completely blow things out of proportion. So reminding yourself of that if you stop making a list, I've told you that before as well, make a list. Honestly, it helps because it gets things out of your brain, stops you spiraling. Think about what are the things that I actually need to deal with, and then prioritize them and deal with them one at a time. And trust me, it will work. Let me know what overwhelm are you dealing with? I'd love to hear the sort of things that you're dealing with because that can really help me as well with creating new episodes. What would you like me to talk about on the podcast? Send me a message. You can find me, well, you can comment right here. You can also find me on socials at The Life Untethered or email me, emma@lifeuntethered.com. What do you want to hear about? Have an amazing day, and I will see you back here next week.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Redo You podcast. Remember to subscribe, rate, and review, and tell a friend because together we rise even higher. See you next Friday.